Folks, if you are an app developer or considering publishing on Google Play, today's video might be very useful for you. The thing is, running multiple Google Play developer accounts is completely allowed by Google, but doing it safely without getting all your profiles linked and banned at once is a whole different challenge. I'm Daniel, and today I want to show you how to solve that problem. We will go through the setup from scratch, configure a real developer profile, and walk through the process of registering on the Google Play console. And by the end, you will see how easy it is to scale this to 4, 5 or more accounts running simultaneously. Guys, I will leave my link in the description and the pinned comment. That is where you can grab the discount and the free 2 GB proxy bonus if it's available when you watch this. Let's jump right in. Alright friends, let's talk about why someone would even need more than one Google Play developer account in the first place. The most common reason is separation. Maybe you are building apps under different brands, or you are a freelancer managing projects for several clients. Each brand might need its own store presence, its own ratings, its own identity. There is also the testing angle. If you want to experiment with a new app concept, you probably do not want to risk your main account, which already has live apps earning revenue. A separate profile lets you test freely without that anxiety hanging over you. Another scenario is when developers or studios get acquired, or when teams merge. The profiles get consolidated, and suddenly one of them carries the history of another. If either one has a past violation, the whole thing is at risk. Having these entries properly isolated from the start prevents that kind of problem downstream. Mates, there is also a risk management angle here. If one account gets a policy strike or gets suspended, the rest of your business does not go down with it. Developers who have been in this space for a while know this fear well. One mistake on one app, and Google can wipe out your entire portfolio overnight. Google actually does allow multiple developer signups. Each one needs a separate Google login, unique registration details, and its own payment method. The one-time registration fee is $25 per profile. That is the official policy-compliant way to do it. But here is where things get tricky, folks. Even if you follow all the rules, Google can still link your accounts together and apply what is called a collateral ban, meaning all of them get terminated at once. This happens because their systems monitor shared signals, same device, same browser, same IP address, and overlapping session data. What makes this especially frustrating is that Google rarely explains which signal triggered the link. Developers have reported receiving termination emails with no specific reason given, just a note saying the account is related to another terminated one. Even appealing usually leads nowhere, because the process is mostly automated, and appeals are handled by the same systems that flagged you in the first place. So the risk is not really about violating policy. It is about being technically visible as the same operator. Exactly for this reason, it's important to use an anti-detect browser to solve this problem. Personally, I use GoLogin because it works great and has never let me down. So for this setup, I'll be using GoLogin. So guys, GoLogin is an anti-detect browser, which means it is built specifically to make each browser session look like a completely different device to any website that is watching. A regular incognito window just hides your browsing history. It does not change anything that Google actually uses to identify you. Things like your hardware configuration, screen resolution, time zone, fonts, WebGL rendering, and canvas signatures. All of that stays the same across all the tabs you open. A basic VPN changes your IP address, but that is only one signal out of dozens. Google can still see your browser fingerprint, your system fonts, your screen resolution, and the way your GPU renders graphics. When all of that is identical across multiple accounts, the IP address does not matter. They are still clearly the same person. My friends, GoLogin rebuilds all of those signals from scratch for every profile you create. Each session gets its own fingerprint, its own IP address through a proxy, and its own isolated storage. Cookies, cache, saved logins, browsing history, all completely separate and never shared between sessions. The result is that Google Play sees each session as a distinct user on a distinct device in a distinct location. That is what prevents the profiles from being linked. You are not hiding that you have multiple accounts. You are simply making sure there is no technical thread connecting them. For app developers, this is particularly valuable. You can manage accounts for different clients, test apps across multiple profiles, or keep personal projects completely separate from commercial ones. And you do it all from one dashboard without juggling passwords or logging in and out constantly. Folks, each Go login profile also stores its own session state persistently in the cloud. So when you close a session and reopen it a week later, you are picking up exactly where you left off. No re-authentication and no fresh fingerprint that might look inconsistent to detection systems. Consistency matters, and Go login maintains it automatically. One more thing worth mentioning before we get into the demo. Go login is Chromium-based, so it feels exactly like Chrome. Extensions work, shortcuts work, and everything behaves the way you expect. There is no learning curve, just a cleaner and safer way to work. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. Alright, let me show you how the actual workflow looks like. This is the part where we get into the app and set everything up. When you open Go login, you land on the main dashboard showing all your profiles. I already have a folder here called Google Play, so you can see how organized this gets once you start scaling. Mates, let's create a new session together. I click Add Profile, and the first thing I do is give it a clear name. For this demo, I'm going with Google Play Developer Account number 1. This sounds simple, but when you are managing 10 or 15 accounts, consistent naming saves you a lot of confusion. Now the profile is created, but before we launch it, let's configure it properly. This is the step most people skip, and it is exactly why accounts get linked. Find these 3 dots and click into the settings. First thing is the proxy. I want this setup to appear based in Germany, so I select a German proxy and click Check to verify the connection. It shows a successful result, and we can see the location resolves to Bremen. That is our anchor point for this profile's identity. Next up is the time zone, folks. By default, the system pulls time zone from the external IP, which sounds reasonable, but I prefer to set it manually so nothing unexpected gets pulled. I disable the automatic toggle and select Berlin. Now it matches the proxy location, which matters because inconsistencies between IP and time zone are exactly the kind of signals detection systems flag. Then we go to extensions. This is something a lot of people do not realize Go login supports, but the catalog is genuinely large. We are talking hundreds of Chrome extensions you can attach to specific instances. Unlike regular browsers, where extensions are shared across all users, here each profile has its own extension list. They don't overlap or mix. This means if one of your developer accounts needs a specific tool, like a grammar helper or an authenticator, you install it just for that profile. Friends, once added, the extension and its settings stay in that profile every time you run it, so your work tools remain exactly where you left them, without affecting your other sessions or accounts. Next is the bookmarks section. This is a small feature, but it is a genuine time saver when you are working across many profiles. You can preload the bookmarks bar for each profile with the specific pages you need. So when you open a developer account, your Play Console link, your analytics page, and your app listings are already right there in the toolbar. We also have geolocation settings, and they offer 3 distinct modes that control how websites can access location data. The first is prompt, where a site has to ask permission before it gets any coordinates. Then there is allow mode, which automatically shares the configured geolocation with any site that requests it, without asking you each time. Finally, block mode completely stops websites from receiving any geolocation data, so location requests are denied outright. Guys, you can also go into advanced settings, where you get controls over WebRTC, canvas rendering, and audio fingerprinting. These are the deeper technical signals. For most use cases, the automatic settings handle this well, but it is good to know the granularity is there if you need it. Beyond that, there are fonts, hardware specifications, storage options, and browser plugin configurations. Every major signal that a website can detect gets accounted for, and all of it is set per profile, so there is zero chance of data leaking between sessions. Alright folks, as you can see, the profile is fully configured. I hit run and a new browser window opens. It looks and feels exactly like Chrome, which is the point. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious. Now I search for Google Play Console, navigate to the site, and we start setting up the developer registration. Google first asks you to choose your account type, either an individual or an organization. Both are valid options. The organization path is required for certain categories, like financial apps or health services. But for most developers, the individual route works fine. My friends, the setup process asks you to provide some standard information: your developer name, contact email, and a phone number for verification. Google uses this to confirm your identity, so use accurate details. The developer name is what users will see on the Play Store next to your apps, and it can be changed later. The registration fee of $25 is a one-time payment. Once that is processed, the account is active and you can start submitting apps. Guys, pay attention that each registration you complete this way is independent, with its own profile on the Play Store. The key point is that this entire session is running inside a fully isolated GoLogin profile with its own fingerprint, its own German proxy, and its own session storage. Google sees a legitimate user in Germany, not a developer managing multiple accounts from one device. Now guys, here is where things get efficient. You do not have to set up every account one by one from scratch. GoLogin lets you bulk create profiles. You can generate 5 or 10 at once and then configure each one individually. If you are onboarding a batch of new developer IDs, this cuts your setup time down significantly. I have already created 4 accounts here, and I hit run on all of them. 4 separate browser windows open simultaneously, each one logged into a different Google Play developer session. Moreover, each one running as a completely independent device. You can be working in all 4 at the same time, and there is zero technical signal connecting them. Look at the dashboard, folks. You can see 4 active sessions, all showing different locations. We have developer accounts running from Germany, Australia, the United States, and the United Kingdom. From Google's perspective, these are 4 different people on 4 different devices in 4 different countries. And when you are done setting something up and do not want to go through the configuration again, you can clone any existing profile. It copies all the settings and creates a new identity from them. You just swap out the proxy location and refresh the fingerprint. 2 clicks and you have a fresh, independent profile ready to go. That's the full workflow. From creating a profile, setting up the proxy and time zone, configuring extensions and bookmarks, launching the session, and scaling it across multiple accounts at once. The whole process is repeatable, organized, and built to keep your accounts from ever being technically linked. Mates, here's the bottom line. Managing multiple Google Play developer accounts is a smart strategy for developers who want to separate brands, protect against collateral bans, or manage work for multiple clients. The challenge has always been doing it in a way that keeps those accounts genuinely independent. GoLogin handles that by giving each session its own fingerprint, its own location, and its own isolated environment. No shared cookies, no shared signals, no reason for Google to link them together. My friends, if you want to try the setup you saw in this video, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. That is where you can get the 40% discount and claim 2 GB of free proxy traffic. Start with one profile, configure it the way I showed, verify the proxy connection, and work consistently from that same environment every time you access that account. And hey, drop a comment below. Are you already running multiple developer profiles? Or is this something you are just getting started with? As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time.